Okay, hey everybody. So I wanted to make a quick video to give you kind of an overview of what's going to be going on this week. So generally speaking, this week is going to be set aside for working on your final paper, right? So there's a couple different ways that you're going to go about doing this. So the first is, obviously start working on your draft for your final paper. And if you look at the worksheet that I gave you or the handout that I gave you on the schedule for completing the exercises and the draft and the final paper, there is a page number on that sheet that will tell you a place in the book that actually helps walk you through how to take your stylized paragraphs from 8.3 and 8.5 and turn them into a draft. Okay? So make sure you take a look at that so that you are doing an adequate job of converting those exercises into a draft form. Okay, so you're gonna work on your draft for your final paper in that way, and then you're gonna turn it in on Canvas by Wednesday. Okay, May 13th. Now you're going to turn in your final paper draft on a discussion board, okay? And so this week there will only be one assignment section, and it'll be the discussion board section, okay? So it'll say final paper draft, discussion board. That's where you're going to post your final paper, okay? Then by Saturday, okay, you're going to go on Canvas and read someone else's paper and complete a peer review workshop worksheet for their paper. Now, the peer review workshop worksheet is in this textbook, okay? So you're basically going to answer the questions about that person's paper and then turn it in. So it's on page 477 of the textbook, and it looks kind of like this. Okay. So you're going to pick one of your classmates' papers, and you're going to answer these questions about their paper. Then you're going to submit that to the discussion board, okay, as a comment on their post. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say is everybody only should have one peer reviewer. Okay. So if you go onto your discussion board and you're looking for somebody's paper to review, and you see somebody who already has a comment on theirs from somebody else who posted their review, you can't choose that draft. You have to pick somebody else's draft. Okay, so what I don't want to see is multiple comments, multiple peer review worksheets for one person. Okay, I want everybody to at least have one, and if that has happened, then if you're looking through it and you're like, okay, everybody has a comment, then you can go to somebody else or to somebody who already has a comment. But if there's still somebody who doesn't have a comment, that person's peer review needs to be, or that person needs to be given a peer review worksheet, okay? So I haven't actually done a peer review workshop online before, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll try and do the best that we can. But like I said, so there's two things you're doing this week. You're turning in your draft on the discussion board, so it's kind of like when we do the questions for further thinking. Turning your final draft on the discussion board by Wednesday, May 13th. And then by Saturday, you're going to go and read somebody's draft and answer the peer review workshop worksheet and turn that in as a comment on their post. Okay, so like as a response to one person's draft. And you need to pick somebody who doesn't already have a comment on their draft. Okay? So that's pretty much it for this week. This week is going to be you focusing on working on your final paper. Now, Next week, your final paper is due on Wednesday. Okay, so the final draft is due on Wednesday. So what you should do after you get your feedback on Saturday, right, is look at the feedback that the person, your classmate who filled out a worksheet for your draft has said, and maybe take what their points are into consideration as you polish off your final draft. Okay, and then I will make an assignment. There will be an assignment section, so not a discussion board, but a separate assignment that's for turning in your final paper, your final draft when you're completed, and you'll turn that in on Wednesday. Okay. And then the last thing that we'll do for last week is you'll have one more question for review that's due by Wednesday as well. Okay? But it's only the questions for review 1 through 6. So I want to make sure I'm telling you this now so that you kind of get a move on, okay, the things I need to basically do to close off this semester, right, is do my draft, do a peer review worksheet, finish my final draft, and do the final questions for review on Chapter 7 of the other textbook, this one, Intellectual Empathy, okay? So those are the things to get done before the end of the term, okay? Again, if you're confused, you can send me an email or look at the schedule the updated schedule, not the old schedule, the updated schedule that is, I think, maybe is it week 14 or week 15 or 13 module that I reposted an updated course schedule. So there you can kind of see the line by line of what's due and when. Okay? All right, so good luck with your papers. If you have questions, if you're struggling, send me an email. I'm here to help. Okay? But this week should be devoted to getting that final paper sort of in the run or get it moving. All right. Okay. Good luck. Have a good week. Bye.